Sulaiman, or Solomon as he is known to many, was not just a king, but also one of the great prophets of Islam. His story, preserved in the Quran, is one of extraordinary wisdom, unparalleled abilities, and divine responsibility. Sulaiman's life began as the son of Prophet David, who was himself a revered figure in Islamic tradition. From a young age, Sulaiman exhibited traits of wisdom and intellect. Dawood often consulted his son, recognizing his extraordinary insights even before Sulaiman ascended to the throne. It was clear that Sulaiman was special, destined for greatness, not because of mere inheritance, but because of divine favor and guidance. One of the most remarkable gifts Allah bestowed upon Sulaiman was his ability to understand and speak with animals. Imagine a man able to converse with the creatures of the earth, hearing their thoughts and understanding their needs. The Quran shares an incredible story of Sulaiman with the ants, tiny creatures so often overlooked. Once, while traveling with his army, Sulaiman overheard the warning of an ant. "O ants, enter your dwellings," cried the ant, "lest Sulaiman and his soldiers crush you without realizing." Instead of disregarding this, Sulaiman smiled and paused his army to allow the ants to retreat safely. In that moment, he uttered a prayer of gratitude, praising his Creator for the extraordinary gifts he had been granted. Can you imagine such humility from a king, commanding legions? Allah reminds us here that greatness in Islam is not about power or dominion. It is about gratitude and compassion. Another story that speaks to Sulaiman's wisdom is the tale of the two women and the baby. Two women had come to Dawood with a dispute, each claiming to be the mother of an infant. After hearing both sides, Dawood ruled in favor of the elder woman. But Sulaiman interjected, asking if he might offer an alternative judgment. He proposed a shocking solution: cut the baby in half and give each woman a portion. One of the women cried out in anguish, begging him to spare the child and let the other woman take him instead. Sulaiman immediately recognized that she must be the true mother, for only a mother's love would prioritize the child's safety over her own claim. His judgment was not just clever, it was rooted in understanding human emotions and seeking justice with compassion. This story reflects the importance of thinking deeply, of considering the hearts of others and not just the surface of a dispute. But Sulaiman's wisdom extended beyond individual cases. As a ruler and prophet, he had a responsibility to lead his people, and he did so with unparalleled skill and fairness. His kingdom flourished, becoming a beacon of prosperity and faith. One of his most renowned accomplishments was the construction of the temple in Jerusalem, often referred to in Islamic tradition as Masjid al-Aqsa. This was not just a physical structure, but a place of worship and devotion, a symbol of his commitment to Allah. The life of Prophet Sulaiman teaches us so much. It teaches us that true wisdom comes from Allah, that power is a responsibility to serve others, and that no matter how gifted we may be, we are all servants of our Creator. His humility in the face of his incredible abilities reminds us that gratitude is the foundation of faith. Sulaiman's dominion was vast. His power extended not just over humans, but also over the jinn. The jinn are beings created from smokeless fire, invisible to humans, but known in Islamic tradition as possessing free will, much like us. With Allah's permission, Sulaiman commanded the jinn, utilizing their strength and capabilities to aid his projects. They helped him in building, in crafting, and in expanding his kingdom. But despite this immense power, Sulaiman never strayed from humility. He knew that everything he had, every gift, every ability, was from Allah. One of the most intriguing aspects of Sulaiman's reign was his relationship with the Queen of Sheba, known as Balkis. The queen ruled a prosperous kingdom, renowned for its wealth and beauty. However, she and her people worshipped the sun instead of Allah. When Sulaiman learned of her kingdom through the report of the hoopoe bird, a creature he could communicate with, he sent her a message inviting her to worship Allah alone. Balkis initially responded with diplomacy, sending Sulaiman gifts in hopes of appeasing him. But Sulaiman, unimpressed by material wealth, demonstrated the majesty of Allah's blessings. When Balkis visited Sulaiman's palace, she was awestruck. Before her lay a throne, her own throne that Sulaiman had miraculously transported with the help of a jinn before her arrival. This was not done to boast, but to show the power of Allah, the creator of everything. The Queen of Sheba was humbled. She recognized the truth in Sulaiman's message, converting to Islam and submitting herself and her kingdom to Allah. Her story intertwines with Sulaiman's, reminding us of the transformative power of faith and the importance of using one's blessings to guide others toward the truth. Yet despite his wisdom, his power and his devotion, Sulaiman was human. He was tested as all prophets are, and he faced challenges that revealed his dependence on Allah. The Quran tells us that even Sulaiman, for all his greatness, was not immune to error. Once he became distracted, momentarily neglecting his prayers due to the allure of beautiful horses, a gift of this world. But as soon as he realized his mistake, he turned to Allah in repentance, reminding us all of the need for vigilance and humility, no matter our status. Sulaiman's reign eventually came to an end, as all earthly lives do. The way his death was revealed is itself a lesson. Leaning on his staff, Sulaiman passed away while observing the jinn at work. They continued their labor, unaware that their master had died, until a small creature gnawed at his staff, causing his body to collapse. This moment was a striking reminder that only Allah knows the unseen. Even the jinn, who possessed extraordinary abilities, could not perceive what had happened without Allah's permission. The life of Prophet Sulaiman teaches us so much. It teaches us that true wisdom comes from Allah, that power is a responsibility to serve others, and that no matter how gifted we may be, we are all servants of our Creator. His humility in the face of his incredible abilities reminds us that gratitude is the foundation of faith. Sulaiman's story also challenges us to reflect on our own lives. Are we using the blessings Allah has given us for our families, our communities, and our faith? Are we listening to the needs of those who may not have a voice? And most importantly, are we staying humble, knowing that everything we have is a gift from Allah and could be taken away at any moment? Let Sulaiman's life inspire us to seek wisdom, to act with justice, and to live with humility. His story is not just a tale of the past, it is a guide for living a life of purpose and devotion in the present. May Allah help us all to follow in the footsteps of Sulaiman, using our blessings to build a world filled with compassion and faith.